How about now?
Yep. YouTube.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. All right, Mr. Adamson, let me just call the case and sort of go through some things here because I will explain why we're on YouTube. This is it Enhance IT, Enhance It, or do you just want to go by EIT?
I say EIT, Your Honor, but Enhance IT LLC is the full legal entity.
Okay. This is Enhance IT LLC versus David DeLawrence Templeton. This is 2020 cv336943. Today is January 19th, 2022. This case has been noticed for a final trial on today's date, and the reason that I have put it on, wait a minute. The reason that I have put it on YouTube is because Mr. Adamson, you are remote. I am remote. I don't think Mr. Templeton, Jessica, is there any reason he would be live in the courtroom?
Not to my knowledge. He didn't say that he was appearing, and I always put that as part of my Zoom invite.
Okay. So the reason that I have it on YouTube is so that it will satisfy the obligation that we take seriously, which is to make sure the public's business remains open and accessible to it. So we are on this afternoon for a final trial. The defendant has not appeared as of 1:35 p.m., this having been noticed for 1:30 p.m. So I will ask you, Mr. Adamson, if you'd like to go forward.
I would, Your Honor. I should be pretty quick from the plaintiff's side, Your Honor. I don't require takedown. Ms. Cummings, I'm sorry if I didn't get back to you on that, but no takedown required from plaintiff's side. Your Honor, what this is a breach of contract complaint by Enhance IT LLC. A brief factual history, and very brief because the defendant was not employed very long with EIT. He began his employment with the plaintiff EIT on April 14th, 2020, and he later resigned on May 28th, 2020 of the same year. So approximately six to 7 weeks, he was employed by Enhance IT. A little background for the court, Your Honor. What Enhance IT does, what their business model is they bring tech-savvy individuals into their corporate headquarters in Atlanta, Georgia, and they train them up in whatever their technical area of expertise may be. And then they send them out on contracts with Fortune 500, Fortune 100 clientele. And those can be anywhere from cybersecurity areas to app development to data migration, all types of things that these folks are way more tech savvy than I'll ever be. But Mr. Templeton was one of those people who were brought in to be a technical expert. Now, when new employees, new technical consultants join Enhance IT, on the very first day of employment, they are required to sign what is called a tuition forgiveness agreement. And what that is, Your Honor, is an agreement based on the business model of EIT. And that business model is a very front-loaded, heavy investment that the company makes into each and every one of their consultants when they bring them in, and one that they recoup over time as they send these consultants out on projects. So it's a 24-month agreement that states after 24 months, the employee will no longer be liable for any repayment back to the company. In essence,
can the employee buy the employee's way out of it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It occurs in the form of liquidated damages within the simple 2-page agreement, Your Honor. The number, the monetary number is quantified at the top in a chart, not hidden in any way, right there in plain sight. And it's broken down into what that entails, the training that they will receive. Essentially, what Mr. Templeton did in this case was he all but completed, if not completed, the training program. Typical training programs are 6 to 8 weeks, and at which point the company will start to market these individuals to go out on project. And that's where the company recoups that investment.
Do you have anybody to testify today, Mr. Adamson?
I do not, Your Honor.
And what do we do about that?
So, Your Honor, the reason that I do not have anybody at the moment is the fact that the damages are liquidated in the contract. There are in the contract, there's language that accounts for interest if not paid at 2% per month. And there's also language in the contract, Your Honor, that I'll just read it for the court. It says, should you fail to make payment as described above, the company is entitled to associated costs such as reasonable attorney's fees and related expenses. So all the monetary damages are accounted for within the contract itself, including liquidated principal damages, and signed by Mr. Templeton on April 14th, 2020, which is why, Your Honor, again, I did not bring an account representative of the company to testify as to damages.
Okay. Well, I've read the complaint, and I am just going to assume that had Mr. Templeton, his answer, I think, was fairly routine. He did not counterclaim, did he?
No, Your Honor. In fact, there's no affirmative defense raised. There's no counterclaim made. It's a pro se blanket deny of each and every allegations, even including, Your Honor, defendant lives in Georgia. He denied that too. I literally denied every single thing.
Okay. And I did notice that while EIT is a foreign corporation, you said its principal place of business is Fulton County.
That's correct, Your Honor. It's registered in Delaware, and it operates here in good standing with the Georgia Secretary of State as
Okay.
a foreign entity.
All right. Let's talk about how much is so the principal is 17. What is it?
17,200, Your Honor.
Okay. And what's the interest?
The interest based on the data he left, which was May 28, 2020, at 2% per month, calculated up into the day, is $6,797.
Okay. And let's talk about attorney's fees.
Yes, Your Honor. I state in my place that I've been practicing law since 2010 in the state of Georgia. My hourly fee is $300 per hour, which is reasonable and customary for a lawyer of my experience in this market. And I spent 7.5 hours on this matter, which brings the reasonable legal fees to $2,250.
Okay. How about costs?
I do
Is
not
that authorized under the contract?
entitled to associated costs. It
Okay.
is, Your Honor, but I must confess I don't have the court filing fees in front of me right this second.
Okay. All right. I'm awaiting confirmation from my judicial assistant. He was at the courthouse today just to make sure that Mr. Templeton is not banging on the door or otherwise trying to get into the courtroom. So if you'll just give me a moment, I think I should be able to pronounce judgment. Anything else I need to know?
That's it, Your Honor.
Okie doke. And again, I'm unaware, Ms. Cummings, if you remember, I remember that Mr. Templeton was at one point on camera in front of us.
He's appeared twice. We had a motion for
Zoom.
via
Right.
Zoom each time that we've held it.
Okay.
I know it goes against plaintiff's best interest, Your Honor, but again, he did email me back today. I will see you in court. So I'm a bit surprised he's not here.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to give my assistant, who's probably checking the hall as well as the courtroom, just a few more seconds. I texted her 5 minutes ago, so she should let me know pretty shortly whether somebody is there. I don't think we ordered a deputy, did we?
We didn't because we knew that we're doing only virtual today.
Okay. All right. Y'all hold on just 1 second. All right, I've been informed that no one is in the courtroom and that no one has buzzed our chambers or taken any kind of advantage of our system to be in touch with anybody actually in chambers. So, Mr. Adamson, I'm going to task you with preparing a final judgment as follows. Ready? Okay, I'm entering a final judgment in favor of the plaintiff in the principal amount of $17,200, interest in the amount of $6,797, and attorney's fees in the amount of $2,250. Would you please recite in the final judgment that the hearing was, and you can say this with some license, but I need to hit the points that he was sent a Zoom link, that the proceedings were made available to the public. You can say via YouTube or however you want to say it. And that not only did he not appear via the link he was specifically sent, he certainly knew about it, and he was not present in the courthouse after looking for him. So if you'll hit those points